Jonesy and Amanda.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
The Jonesy and Amanda Show.
Gorgeous Amanda.
Mistress Amanda is delivering discipline.
It hurts, but someone's got to do it.
Bad Amanda, bad Amanda. All right, got to see Jonesy.
And the virile Jonesy.
What a creep. I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Stay in school and learn school.
Yeah, okay.
Out of the way, Toby.
Jonesy and Amanda, those are names that you would never forget.
It's showtime!
Boom, it's Wednesday. Hello,
It's
Amanda.
Wednesday. Hello.
You know what I'm missing on the TV? I never thought I'd say this.
MAFS.
No, Married at First
not
Sight.
over yet, is it?
That's another kettle of fish, that show. Just when I think I'm out, I'm back in again.
You were terrible at MAFS at school.
I was. AOC. The Australian Open. No,
Kennis?
Kennis.
What's the C?
I don't know. The AO.
They're all in MAFS.
Is it just AO? What's the AOC then? Australian something. Oh, anyway, I was watching tennis and I was enjoying it.
Well, John McEnroe was left the building in a spectacular fashion.
You know what? I stand by John McEnroe.
Let's look. I've just been reading this just now. He was leaving Melbourne Airport, and there's two sides to this. Maybe he became frustrated with a fan who constantly asked him for a selfie from the minute he got out of his car. And he said, "Look, I need you to." He told the individual. The paper says here, "I need you to stay away from me. Okay, just get away. Can we stop him?" He said to security. The persistent fan refused to stop, causing McEnroe to raise his voice. He shouted, "Will you stop? Stop! Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?" Then McEnroe called on security to deal with it, and the guy says, "I still love you, John." Then McEnroe turned around and said, "Go F yourself."
But that's what you get with John McEnroe.
That's the full McEnroe show. If you've been sworn at by McEnroe, you've made it.
Do you remember we spoke to him a couple of years ago? He had
He
that
was
movie.
brilliant.
What a lovely interview. What a lovely fella.
What a smart, vulnerable man he was.
We asked him because the document, there was a doco movie.
It was brilliant if you get a chance to see it.
But it was one of those movies, and we asked him what it was like to watch it back. How was it watching this back?
Yeah, I find it difficult to watch old tapes of myself. And, of course, they're going to show my tantrums. And even the ones when I'm winning, I don't watch those. So, and it's also difficult to sort of go through, and talk about experiences that were not successful, such as my first marriage and there's kids involved and these type of horror stories that ensue from things, unfortunately, when exes don't get along, for example. So there were times where it was definitely tough. It was like free therapy, I guess, in a way. I don't know. I've certainly paid for enough of it over the years, sometimes court appointed, but that's another story.
That's the sort of guy he is. You know, if you're going to jump into the crocodile pit.
If you're going to pester someone, don't make it John McEnroe. Well, that's what you'll get.
Exactly.
I love you, John. Go F yourself. They were his wedding vows, I think.
It's like if you see Amanda Keller at the airport.
Oh, what a potty mouth.
You're already handing out 10x4s. What name is it, love? Action-packed show today. Instagram comes up a little bit later on the show. We've got to unpack maths because I'm back in, as I said before, and we can't start the day without the Fast Five.
Do you want to play? Give us a call, 1355 22.
Ryan, put on some Genesis. Better be Invisible Touch. It is.
Don't try that on McEnroe.
No. Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation across Australia from Brunswick to Bustleton. It is Jam Nation.
How fast can this thing go?
Faster than the speed of light. Jonesy and Amanda's
Fast Five.
And it's happening, the Fast Five. 5 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 5 correct questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
Well, I'll say what it actually is because, yes, there are 5 questions, but you don't have to go all the way. All you have to do is answer question 5 correctly to win the $500 domain voucher.
Dane is in Cranbourne. Hello, Dane.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Hey, what's happening in Cranbourne today?
Well, I'm on my way home from work, going back to Cranbourne.
Right. And what do you...
I've pulled out. I work in a wholesale plant nursery.
Oh, early starts for you?
I start at 7. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
That's all right. Then you're finishing about now. That's
pretty good.
That's a good thing. What's in season at the moment?
Lots of trees.
Delicious.
Sounds a little
lots
vague.
of grasses.
Grasses.
Camellias.
Yep.
We just got thousands of things in there at the moment.
Right. Are you taking flowers home for yourself?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got some small trees in the back of the ute.
Oh, really?
Are you allowed
Yeah.
to? Did Mum say you can?
Yes.
Okay.
It's stocked. It hasn't been sent out yet, and it's been there for too long.
Oh, that's good. See, that's some of the benefits.
Dane hid them round the back. Oh, these have been here too long, says
That's what
Dane.
I used to do here with the icy cold cans of Coca-Cola. This stuff's going to go off if we don't get rid of it.
You didn't take ELO home, funnily enough.
Question 1 for you.
Question 1 for you, Dane. What are you doing if you're riding on a chopper?
On a Harley.
Yeah,
fair enough.
or we would have also accepted a helicopter.
What would Arnold Schwarzenegger say?
Get me to the chopper.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles teacher was named what, Dane?
What? The Mutant Ninja Turtles teacher?
Yeah, he had a name. The Mutant
He was a
Ninja
little. He
Turtles.
was a little rat thing,
He was a
wasn't
little rat guy. Hang out.
Splinter.
Splinter.
Had a little dressing gown on. It was cute. Question number 3. Let's play What's on the Box.
I'll turn the box on.
How this works, Dane. We play a TV theme. You have to tell us what the show is. Here it is. Oh, it's like Dane's just coming home from school and popping the TV on.
With his plants.
Pretty much.
What was the TV show?
Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Looney
Bugs Bunny.
Tunes.
Yeah, that's very good, Dane. The members of Led Zeppelin were infamous for throwing what out of the hotel window? Was it A, their guitars, B, TVs, or C, bottles of whiskey?
I think it was TVs.
Yeah.
Apparently at the Edgewater Hotel in Seattle, they allegedly tossed 5 TV sets out of the window into the water below. Those were the days.
And, this is coming from a band that had a fireplace in their plane.
Yes, well, that's dangerous.
That's very dangerous. Now, Dane, you are now up to question 5. Would you like to hang around for the duration of the next song and see if you can answer question 5 and be all the way Dane?
Sure, I'll hang around.
All right, and if you want to take on Dane, if Dane falls over at the last hurdle, you get his trees that are in the back of his truck. You also can vie for the $500 domain voucher.
We're not giving away Dane's trees that he's liberated from work.
Liberated from work.
I'd have to sell them.
Okay.
Okay.
Dane.
We'll come to some
I
arrangement.
tell you what, we'll put on some Bon Jovi as some thinking music. Question 5 coming up. Can you take on Dane? He's our carryover champion. 13:55:22. It's Jam Nation on Gold.
Hear every second of Jonesy and Amanda on demand. Search for us now on the iHeart app.
That's Gold. It's Jonesy and Amanda across Australia for Jam Nation.
How fast can this thing go?
Faster than the speed of light. Jonesy and Amanda's
Fast 5.
The Fast 5 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 5 correctly? You know who's doing that right now.
Well, Dane is going all the way. He doesn't have to. He just has to answer question 5 correctly.
Yeah.
We are up to question number 5. If he doesn't get this right, he falls by the wayside into the compost.
Because we're at this part, we've learnt stuff about Dane. He works in a nursery. He's in Cranbourne. He's heading home from work.
He's liberated some trees that were just going off
Were these
a little
trees,
bit.
were they suffering, were they, Dane?
No, they're still in good condition.
Okay.
Would you like to buy them?
How much for a tree? What sort of tree is it, Dane?
Oh, they're little gum trees.
Oh,
Some of
no.
them.
Dane, if they're in good condition,
little
why
only
aren't you,
dwarf ones.
why aren't you
then
selling
they grow
them at
into
the
massive
shop?
things that turn into fireballs.
Would you mind, let's pretend this is a court of law. If they're good trees, Dane, why did you need to bring them home?
Because they were there for too long. They were there for about 3 or 4 months,
Right.
and the supply doesn't want them now.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's like a puppy farm. They're no longer
Do
cute.
people buy gum trees, Dane? They just seem to be, we have a lot of them.
yeah, these ones are only dwarf ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you can get a dwarf gum tree. I didn't know that.
You need to put
Yeah.
dwarf koalas in them.
I didn't know you could get a dwarf.
That's it.
I thought you just put a gum tree and it grows to about 80 foot tall.
Oh, no, not these ones. No.
Well-
You get baby koalas, like Amanda said.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's
You know.
fascinating.
I know, exactly, Dane, I know.
Dane, the pressure is on for you.
All right, here's question number 5. If you get this right, $500 domain voucher for you. Here it is, Dane. For the second year running, which Australian TV show was the most streamed show in America?
Bluey.
Yes,
Yes,
you've
it
done it,
is.
Dane. You've gone all the way.
Congratulations to you, Dane. You demand. You're the second person by the way to go all the way.
He's demand for domain.
He's Domain Man. $500 Domain voucher. At Domain, enjoy up to 50% off selected outdoor furniture shop, lounges, dining and more. Hurry for a limited time. Dane, thank you for being part of our show and carry on about your tree business.
Thank you very much, guys. Love the show.
Oh, thanks, Dane. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Dane. Fast Five will be back again tomorrow. If you would like to sign up for the Fast Five, by the way, say you're in Western Australia and you're going, I want to be a part of this action, you could get up a little bit earlier, but you don't have to do that. jonesy@amanda.com.au. Do a pretty sucky sort of email.
No, you don't even have to suck. You don't even have to do that. you just join our Gold Club.
Well, if you do a bit
Gold
of a
member.
If you do a bit of a kiss spot,
we'll call you and say, do you want to play?
If you like, because I think Meg or Digital Jenna, they deal with all that. So if you do a bit of a kissy email, there's a good chance between you and me you'll get through.
I think you're in with it anyway. Anyway, guess what's coming up?
What?
My evening scroll. This is how I spend my evenings.
Mm-hmm.
My eyelids bleeding because I can't go to sleep. I scroll on my phone and you get the benefits.
Okay. I look forward to that. On Gold.
Jam Nation.
Love with the shape of you. Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation. Ed Sheeran, for all accounts, is going well. Did very well in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's coming to Sydney.
He's got a bit of time between, hasn't he? Heading down to Margaret River would be my guess.
He'd be hanging out.
Careful he doesn't get in the sun with that complexion.
Yes, well, that's why he gets the tattoos, you see. Are you going to go and see him when he comes to town?
I am indeed.
Are you boning up on your head?
No, I'll be standing on my feet.
No, you got to listen to the album so you don't look foolish.
No, I'll mime along with the best of them, don't you worry.
I don't look foolish. At night, I can see your online status. You know that. And what do I say to you?
You say, go to sleep. But if I did, we wouldn't have this.
It's time once again for Amanda's Evening Scroll.
These are a couple of the stories I've just found in the last few days. What about this? In Japan, there's a new kind of bar that's drawing attention for flipping workplace culture on its head. The drinks are free, but it's a bar specifically designed for people who are considering quitting their jobs. So people go there, they can whinge, they can moan, they can talk about their long working hours, they can normalise striving for better work-life balance. Who'd want to go there with a bunch of whingers?
Yeah, but you're getting free drinks.
Getting free drinks. Imagine the person that's working there going, oh, my God, let me complain for a while.
Amanda Keller's in here again.
Yeah, talking about that guy, whatever she can't remember his name.
He's just too hunky.
Oh, she's never said that. What about this story? When male and female anglerfish mate. Now, these anglerfish, have you seen these? These are the fish that live, they're microscopic.
Are they really deep?
But they're very, very deep in the ocean, so there's no light.
What about that fish with the light bulb?
That's weird, isn't it? Advertising itself. Oh, the doctor's in. But they've got those big chomping jaws. They're terrifying looking, but they're tiny. That's anglerfish. So because it's very hard for them to find each other in the deep, deep waters, when male and female anglerfish mate, they have to take advantage of finding each other. They melt into each other and share bodies forever. It's the male who goes looking for love. And what they do is once the male finds a suitable mate, he bites into her belly, latches on until his body fuses with hers. Their skin joins together, listen to this lovely music behind this, as do their blood vessels, allows the male to take all the nutrients that he needs from his host's blood. The two fish essentially become one. The body parts that he doesn't need anymore, his eyes, his fins, some internal organs, they atrophy and they wither away. So he's little more than a lump of flesh hanging from the female. They become one.
So clingy.
So clingy. It'd be nice at the beginning of the relationship. Oh, this is romantic. About a week and you say, come on, give me some space.
Mate, the Scamp and Mr. Scamp, they're travelling around Australia.
Has he lost himself with the organs?
They had their first fight at our place before they left.
And he's getting rid of all the organs he doesn't need, including his reproductive organs. All right, how about this one to round up with? This just happened recently in a French hospital. Oh, here's the headline for you. Mm-hmm. The hospital evacuated as man found to have World War I artillery shell in his rectum, an unexploded one. So what happened on Saturday? A bomb disposal expert was called in to a unit in Toulouse. He had a lot to lose and discovered an 8-inch long ordnance while performing surgery. So he's a 24-year-old man. Mm. He came to the hospital. This sentence appeals to me. He had inserted the item into his backside, according to reports, but it's unclear how he sourced the munitions or the circumstances surrounding its insertion. But he didn't tell medical staff what it was. So he was in agony. He was admitted to hospital, didn't say what it was. It's only during surgery did the medics discover that the item he'd inserted into his rectum was an unexploded ordnance dating back to 1918. It's an old date in your date. I've had explosive bowel moments, but not that bad.
It's quite the cachet you got there, mate.
Mate, and did you have a helmet?
Go to bed.
I will.
Tune in again for another exciting edition of Amanda's Evening Scroll.
Speaking of explosive, Married at First Sight.
Oh, any insertions?
I just thought that I'm not going to go back.
Oh, you're not going to. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you say this because you're going to watch it every night, and you cannot begin by saying I wasn't going to go back. This isn't an AA meeting, Brendan.
I wasn't going to talk about it. I wasn't going to give it any oxygen.
And yet you are 2 days in a row now.
But there was just one.
Okay,
there's one point that I'd like to run past you.
Sniff of a whiskey.
That's all it is. Okay, we'll talk about that next on Gold.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Listen to the podcast whenever you want with the free iHeart app.
Gold, you're listening to Jonesy and Amanda across Australia. It's Wednesday, the 4th of February. I said with Married at First Sight I wasn't going to talk about it.
Please don't.
I wasn't going to talk about it.
You weren't going to have a drink, and here you are at AA.
I know. It's true. I've watched Married at First Sight since that show first started. Fun fact, do you know who was the person that got Married at First Sight on Channel 9?
Georgie Gardner?
Georgie Gardner, and she was the original voiceover person for it.
Originally, it was a proper socio-scientific experiment.
Yep.
They really looked at people and thought if you went by these metrics, could you find people who are compatible? And the early relationships were quite successful. Each series has got more and more away from that.
Yeah, it's like social media. That started off nice.
If someone says, you know what I can't stand someone who yells at me, then you'll have someone, I love yelling. Let's get them married or give them a radio show.
So I wasn't going to talk about it except
here we are day 2 and you are again.
Well, the show started so well. So far, the worst television kiss
don't do this
ever.
again.
This is between, I've forgotten her name, and David. But this is the worst on-screen kiss ever.
It is my absolute pleasure to announce you as husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
It was like a dog in a chop.
It was so bad. So that's the worst television kiss ever. Now I give you possibly the most irritating person in the world. And there's an old saying, you can judge someone about the company they keep. There's this lady, Gia, and she's got her gal pals. One of them's, I'm presuming, a gay guy.
We're the ultimate hype girls. We are here to make everything smooth sailing.
Yeah, he's bringing a vibe.
Bring the energy.
Bring the vibes.
Make her feel comfortable. Bye!
And is Gia happy to see them?
Don't be a bridezilla.
I was good till you guys came, I'm not even lying. Okay. Can you guys just off for 5?
Oh, here we go, you drama queen.
Rein it in.
No.
Not okay.
I'm not that bitch, honey.
I can't deal with it. I don't want you in the limo. I'm done. Off.
Anyway.
So is that her best friend?
That's her best friend. He took it well.
Don't kick your best friend out of 10 years. But does she think this is my first rodeo? Does she think that this is the first bridezilla I've ever had to deal with? Hello? Is she all right? Shut up. Jesus. You're not Mariah Carey. Sit down.
How can I help? How can I calm you down?
Pacing. I just need
Pace,
to just...
get it out. Do you need a cheeseburger?
No, I'm on a diet.
On this your special day. No what? I won't do what? No what?
Shut up. So anyway, Gia on this show has met a guy and...
Well, she's married a guy, presumably.
She's married a guy. She's done the whole thing. But she's chosen not to tell anyone that she has a child.
Oh.
This hasn't worked well in the past. I would dare say if you're going on a Married at First Sight, you'd probably want to offer up that pretty soon in the piece, not at the reception. Anyway, the uncle has gone and spilled the beans. So Gia's uncle has had a few drinks and he's gone and met Gia's mum and dad.
So what does he think? What does Gia do?
Gia does... She's the house mum. She looks after her daughter.
Oh, okay. She's got a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I got that wrong. That's the guy's mum and
Parents,
dad.
yeah.
So uncle's had a few drinks, few shots of Dutch courage.
And the parents are hearing, my son's marrying someone who's got a kid.
So they've said to everyone that Gia is a disability support worker.
Is she not?
No, she's got a daughter, or as Gia calls her.
Who the hell told him I had a kid?
You'll watch it tonight.
It's
I
just
know.
a bin
Don't
fire. It's a bin
complain,
fire.
but you'll watch it. You love it.
It's a bin fire up till about week 5, and
Then what happens?
then I find something else.
Okay. Then you actually set your head on fire.
And I find something else.
We're going to be catching up in the next half hour or so with Cooper Lawrence. She is our entertainment correspondent from the States. Savannah Guthrie is one of America's most preeminent TV hosts. She hosts the Today Show. She was about to go and host the Winter Olympics for her network. Her mother has been kidnapped in the most extraordinary circumstances. This is a huge story, and we'll get the latest from Cooper.
That's coming up on Gold.
Jonesy and Amanda.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Event now by the miracle of recording.
Jonesy and Amanda.
We'll do it live!
Jonesy and Amanda, those are two great names.
Such a scam.
I'm not a scab. Sense the chemistry between them, but how much of that is real?
Mind your own business and shut your pie hole.
I wish you well with your show.
Hello there, Amanda.
Hello, how are you?
I thought I'd tempt fate today and go for a bit of a surf because, of all the shark stuff lately and the beaches are open and everything seems to be
When do
okay.
you decide you're safe to do it?
I just looked at the water. I thought it doesn't look too sharky. I don't know.
What's sharky mean?
Sometimes the water just looks
The
sharky.
fins, etc.?
Yeah, it just looks sharky.
And that music. Dun,
And
dun,
I went to a spot that I usually go to and it's crowded. It's always crowded. But today there was no one there. I know, is that wise?
You always go on about your spidey sense. Was there nothing that says to you that's not a good time?
Well, I thought it might be. And then I saw a dude paddling out. I went, oh, great, thank God. And he looked happy to see me as well. And then he went
waving madly. His leg's not there.
And then he went back in. And then one of those old guys came out. You know the guys, the Goose Fat Brigade, those old guys that swim. He just swam past us and I thought, well, it's going to be okay.
There's your burley, you thought.
If he's doing that,
people
be
are looking at you thinking the same thing.
Possibly.
I
thought they were admiring me.
Sure they were. That's what that laughter is.
What was that about?
You were talking earlier about Married at First Sight
Mm-hmm.
and about that woman being annoyed that one of her family members blabbed she had a child.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's piqued my interest. Can we put that to the pub test?
Yeah, of course. I thought you were talking about the most irritating person on TV was discovered last night. One of Gia's, her groom's bride, man.
Was her friend part of the wedding party?
Yeah.
Highly irritating.
Incredibly irritating.
Hello.
Or did you like this one?
Shut up.
He loves an extra syllable.
I would rather hear Osher Ginsburg yelling at people on the Masked Singer.
Oh, it's hard to hear.
Actually, you know what? I think I'd rather hear the bride's.
Hello.
Okay, well, let's talk about that next on the pub test.
Let's do it.
Jam Nation.
Gold, you're listening to Jonesy and Amanda across Australia when there's big issues to discuss. And I think on a Wednesday it's okay to go down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for...
The pub test.
Pub test.
Does not pass the pub test. Pub test.
Pub test.
Does it pass the pub test? Pub test.
Yeah, the pub test.
Doesn't pass the sniff test. Stop it. It's not helpful.
Because you insisted on it and I don't even know what we're doing.
Well, you mentioned earlier about one of the, are they called contestants? One of the married something or others in
Brides and Grooms from
Brides and
Married at
Grooms.
First Sight.
Married at First Sight. She has a child and she's told her family not to mention it.
Yeah. In her own words, she said this.
Who the hell told him I had a kid?
Oh, that's right there. The uncle, the drunken uncle,
blabbed,
has gone up to the groom's mum and dad.
So what does he think? What does Gia do?
Gia does... She's the house mum. She looks after her daughter.
Oh, yeah, okay, she's got a daughter.
Oh, she's got a daughter.
Oh, okay.
See, the thing is, I know this is just a fanciful television show.
Sure.
But I find it interesting because I know of someone that did this. She was having a sort of a fling, I guess, with a guy, but who knew where that was going to go? And she didn't tell him that she had a 4-year-old. I think there might be two sides to this. He doesn't, until I get to know him, he doesn't need to know all of this, or she doesn't need to know all of this. But I think I would judge someone a bit harshly if their child wasn't front and centre in their life enough for you to think, if you want to know me, here's what you need to know about me.
Well, this is a bit married on at the First Sight contestants on the bum before, the not mentioning the child thing.
But it makes no sense because you're allowed to have an opinion about whether you're going to be in a relationship with someone who has a child. If you're not up for that, you should not be in that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that I know that this is supposed to be real life, these married at first sight couples, but it does beg the question because people do this in real life, and is that okay?
I will say this: her mate, the bridesman, as he describes himself, this guy.
Shut up. Shut up.
He's at the wedding table and he asks this question.
Do you have any children?
Wow.
To the groom.
Oh, fishing. And what'd the groom say?
No. So
fascinating.
If I was you, G, I'd be cutting that guy loose.
Oh, which one? Both of them.
No. Old mate, bridesman.
Well, how do you feel about this? Let's phrase it this way, because
it's an interesting one when you think about it.
I think it's a big deal. It's not about get to know me first, because you're allowed to say I don't.
But imagine you're getting the vows, and you say, by the way, I've got a child. Just before it all happens. What do you think?
No, I think it was part of your profile when you're going on a show like this, or on your dating site, when you're meeting someone. One of the first things I imagine you would say, I have a child. Because if that person isn't going to be responsible to be a part of your life, then you need to know that early on. The kids aren't toys. It's not like saying, I've got a car at home.
Well, as she says, I got a kid.
I got a kid. So let's phrase it like this, not mentioning that you have a child early on in the relationship. Does it pass the pub test?
I say no.
Well, the longer you keep it secret, then you start to get serious. So I agree. I don't think this is the right thing to do.
135522, we'd love to hear from you. That's coming up. Also, Cooper Lawrence, our New York correspondent, will be joining us about this kidnapping. That's coming up on Jam Nation.
Jam Nation.
It's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation across Australia on Gold.
You may have been following this story, a very dramatic story. Savannah Guthrie, co-host of one of America's biggest morning programs today, she's been making headlines for devastating reasons this week. The bizarre disappearance of her 84-year-old mother, who's reported missing from her home in Arizona after she failed to turn up for church. These circumstances are quite terrifying. For more, we're joined by US broadcaster Cooper Lawrence, who's joining us live from New York. Cooper, hello.
Hi. I usually like to talk to you about fun celebrities.
Yeah.
This is such a really intense, very serious story, and it got very serious very quickly. So the timeline is what's really interesting about this story. So she was taken to dinner by her daughter, dropped off Saturday night around 9 p.m., and then at 2 o'clock in the morning, her pacemaker stopped syncing with her Apple Watch. So that was the first alarm that something was wrong. And then Sunday morning, she didn't show up for church, which she always went to. It was very important to her. Faith was very important to her. So that's what raised the alarm. So when they broke into the house, when the cops finally broke into the house and realized that she was gone, they found her cell phone, her wallet, her car was there, her keys were there. So that's where they got the idea that she was taken rather than left on her own. And because she left her phone but had her Apple Watch on, that's why her pacemaker stopped syncing.
Right.
So now they have a real timeline. They know at 2 a.m. is when she left that house, and that's a very important time. There's also, the LA Times is reporting that that there was a break-in, that there was a forced entry, and they have found blood in the house.
Ooh.
Oh, so there's no implication that she's not of sound mind and wandered off. That's not going to be the storyline here.
No, in fact, it's very interesting because the sheriff in her county who spoke on this initially, he said, I want to be clear, she did not wander off. She is sharp as a tack. And that the fact that she left her phone and wallet and all that was also very alarming for them. So they're saying, though, she is actually missing. And they brought in the FBI. They brought in a homicide team. They brought in dogs. They tested DNA. I mean, they're really treating this like a real crime scene investigation.
What's her place like? Has she got like a well? She hasn't fallen down a well or anything that can happen. They go into the backyard and fall into a well.
She's not Lassie.
No, Lassie never fell into the well. It was Timmy that fell.
Lassie got them out of the well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
But I'm not
So no, I think
joking. That could be a thing. She could have fallen into, if she's got a big property, she could have fallen into something.
And that's why they didn't call the cops until Sunday afternoon, because the family showed up. She has a very big property. And I don't think there's a well. There is a pool. So they checked all of that. The problem is where she lives is very remote. And the nearest neighbor is so far away that if she was screaming, nobody would have ever heard her.
To put her in a context for Australians, she's a much-loved megastar, isn't she?
Yeah, she's the television version of you. basically. You know, somebody that everybody knows and loves. They know about your life. They know. And, you know, a lot of the stories that she does on the Today Show are about her family.
Right.
So she just did a story recently about her relationship with her mom and who her mom is in her life and how her dad died when she was young. And the mom was like the mom and the dad. And so we really got to know her the same way people get to know you. So, and the Today Show is, you know, one of the biggest television shows that we have. So she's big.
We would be careful. What if like someone kidnaps me who's close to you?
You know, easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
They'd probably hand me back. They'd hand me back pretty quickly, I reckon.
You're too irritating. You wouldn't make it across the harbour bridge in the car.
Well, that is a fascinating story. Cooper, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up, not mentioning you have a child early on in the relationship. Does it pass the pub test on Gold? Jam Nation. Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation. She sure can wail, can't she? Anastasia?
Can't she just, Brendan?
She can sing the knobs off.
I've heard you say that for 20 years.
Well, what's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, she's still wailing.
She's still wailing, like the Japanese.
And you're wailing about my DJ patter. You know, no one does this anymore, you know.
Can I harpoon you?
I've won awards for this stuff. Hello, it's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation across Australia. If you'd like to join us, by the way, jonesyandamanda.com.au. That's handy to know because Instagram is coming up later on. So if you're in a different time zone.
Yeah, you can register with us and we can give you a call.
It's our second week of the show and everything seems to be going
it's
okay.
Our third now.
Is this our third week?
I think it's our third.
Our third week of the show, and when there are big issues to discuss, we go down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms 4.
The pub test.
Pub test.
Does not pass the pub test. Pub test.
Pub test.
Does it pass the pub test? Pub test.
Yeah, the pub test.
Doesn't pass the sniff test. Stop it. It's not helpful.
This isn't like you to bring up Married at First Sight for the pub test. I've fallen into Married at First Sight again. I know I'm addicted. I have a problem.
I live vicariously through you because I choose not to watch it. And you said this year you weren't going to, but I know you've been sucked back in.
Okay, so Married at First Sight this year, there's a lot of firsts. The most disgusting kiss ever on Australian TV. It's like going to a mango eating competition. That was dreadful. The most irritating man on Australian TV. No, this guy.
Hello.
God.
Why do you watch it?
Shut up.
Why do you watch it?
Cashing on your 5 minutes, mate. Anyway, one of the brides on the show has a child and someone let the cat out of the bag.
Well, she didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. She didn't want people to know, apparently.
And as she so maternally put it...
Who the hell told him I had a kid?
I'd be pointing the finger at my drunken uncle, Gia.
So what does he think? What does Gia do?
Gia does... She's the house mum. She looks after her daughter.
Oh, yeah, okay, she's got a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So uncle's 5 beers deep.
I'd be pointing the finger at the drunken uncle and also caesarean scars, always a giveaway.
They're always a giveaway. Where'd you get those from?
See, at what point are you going to discuss this? This is a thing that I find interesting, and I know this is a TV show and it's, supposed real relationships, etc. But it does start a conversation. If you're not going to admit to being a parent,
yep.
A, that's a red flag that the child's not front and centre for you. But I think you have the right of going into this show to know if someone you're matched with has a child, because it's okay to say you're not up to that, and she should want to know whether he's up for that.
When this is different times. When we were kids, my parents said, "Don't come home with a single mother." That was the thing. That's how the prism of 1990. I've been married since 1992.
There are lots of single parents around, but also you are allowed to not want to parachute into somebody's life and raise their children. That may be a wonderful thing for you, but you're allowed to have the choice.
But I'm looking from Gia's side of this at the moment, because in a way you're sort of going, oh, well, at the altar, Married at First Sight is not a natural thing.
No, but she has filled out a million forms. She's had a psych test.
But is it her job to tell the...
Yes, it is.
The groom...
No, it's her job to put that in her information. And if he hasn't been informed of that, that's probably the producer's deliberate story.
Yeah, of course, because it...
Yeah, let's have a bit of
That's why we're talking about it. That's why we're watching it.
I know, but I do think that sets up a terrible precedent if people think, oh, that's what happens. I do know someone who did that. She thought it'd be a short-term fling.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, at what point, if it becomes more serious, do you say, here's something I need to tell you? I just think it's fraught. It's a red flag if it's not important enough to you.
Yep.
And he or she has a right to know if you have a child, I think.
What do you think?
We're putting this to the pub test today. Not saying early in a relationship that you have a child. Does this pass the pub test?
I'd say it's a big no. Got to mention the kid. If you want a relationship with somebody, how do you know if they want kids or not? You're setting yourself up to fail.
You should bring it up first thing. You know, you should say that you have a kid. I'm 23 years old. I'm a full-time single dad. And I get on the Tinder. I get on the dating app. I cut it forward and just say, I've got a kid, love.
Look, I think it depends whether it's a not negotiable on your list. For me, it's a not negotiable, no children. And so, no, it doesn't pass the pub test for me.
Well, look, I'm with Jonesy. Firstly, that I've been dragged into married at first sight again. But I'm with Amanda, is that having a child, or as a kid, as you referred to it, should be front and centre. So not mentioning it definitely doesn't pass a pub test.
No, upfront and honest. Your children are your life, you know. They're coming with you into the relationship. It happened to my daughter and she was upfront and honest. So upfront and honest, your kids are your priority.
You should be telling guys that you're serious about that you've got a kid. But if you're at the pub and looking for a one-night stand, I don't think you need to.
But that's interesting, because what happens if you have a one-night stand and it ends up, it'll be a two-night stand. Look, I'll see him for a month and then what if you end up having a long-term relationship? This is stuff of movies. At what point do you confess?
This is what you say. Here's a packet of chips, mate. Go and sit in the car for a bit.
Say that to the kid?
Yeah. I'm not saying it to the person that you're dating. Idiot.
I've got to take my kid to school. Do you mind sitting in the back of the car with a packet of chips?
What does old mate think?
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm with him.
Does the P have to be so pronounced?
I know you're going to talk about this show again tomorrow and you're going to say you've been dragged back in.
It's an addiction, okay?
You can do something about that.
I've got to get help. Coming up, we've got Instagram. It's on its way. Also, thanks to you and Tin Hat Tuesday.
Yeah, conspiracy theories. Wasn't it great?
There's a bit of feedback that we have to go through. We'll have that for you next on Gold.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
We had so many requests for them to do it again.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Amanda, she just cracks me up.
Maybe you should lay off the moonshine.
Josie's always knocking Amanda.
It's so easy.
Amanda always knocking Josie.
I'm done.
You bring a lot of strange stuff to this show. You brought us drinking each other's blood to the show.
Well, that was a trend that one other couple were doing. Remember that couple in the States? It was Megan Fox and it was Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Who were doing TikTok Tucker, and I thought, well, maybe this is on trend.
That was Jem Y. Rice's first week working with us, and he had to get an induction.
And the amount of paperwork that lawyers insisted we sign for that was incredible. Blood tests, the whole thing.
I had to wear all this protective,
PPE? In case one of us spurted an artery.
Okay.
Very odd.
I know what you're spurting in the studio. The other thing that you brought to the table yesterday was
Tin Hat Tuesday. Conspiracy theories.
There was no consultation before this happened.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'd read one where apparently our gravity was it August 12th. Gravity was going to stop for 7 seconds and millions of people would be injured because we'd all fall from great heights.
It's not going to happen. You're
well,
alarming
NASA has
people.
said it's not. No, there's
but
no.
don't go Joe Rogan on this making stuff up because
if
people
you believe that,
this.
you're an idiot.
No, but how many people listen to Joe Rogan and go, oh, yeah, that's reasonable? I'm just saying the Earth can't. If the Earth stops spinning, it's spinning at 1,700 kilometres per hour.
Brendan.
So you think about when you're driving in your car with your handbag and you jam the brakes on. And
just because I'm going to attach myself with hockey straps to this chair, don't read anything into it.
Right. So Tin Hat Tuesday, thank you for that because we've got all sorts of conspiracy theories.
I have always believed that Lady Di is still alive and is in a nursing home somewhere in France.
My biggest conspiracy theory is there's not 365 days in a year.
I was obsessed with Michael Jackson as a child, and I genuinely believe that transition of, look, that's not the real Michael Jackson.
No, we cut out the one Israel's running America.
We got that one, duh.
Really? So anyway, there seems to be our internet site crashed with the amount of response we've had on this.
If people put their tin hats on and send us
there
conspiracy
is
theories.
a lot of.
Are people getting their hockey straps out to tie themselves to heavy anvils on the day?
I'm just going to read the comments and you can just digest them. How about that?
All right.
Instagram is coming up as well this hour. If you'd like to be a part of it, jonesyandamanda.com.au. It's Jam Nation on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, hello, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Right across Australia, it's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation. Yesterday, Amanda brought this to the table, Tin Hat Tuesday.
Do you believe in that the world is flat? I don't know, eh?
This is where
They're
you bring
out
up
there.
your conspiracy theory. I just worry there's so much misinformation out there right now. As a responsible broadcaster, I used to lead into this sort of stuff, but I feel now that possibly we need to be the voice of reason.
Having said that, we thought so many things were conspiracy theories, that there was a big pedophile ring at the top of American power that took in politics, that took in music, that took in all those and the royals. You know what? It's true.
It's true. It's happening.
So please share your pissy little conspiracy theory. It will never add up to that.
We had lots of calls. My favourite one yesterday was this.
I have always believed that Lady Di is still alive and is in a nursing home somewhere in France.
He seemed to think that she was medicated and they're not under her own
So Lady Di,
steam.
let's just unpack this.
That
A
she
life of
was-
opulence, hot and cold running private yachts.
No, she's not
then
there
all of
by
a sudden
choice.
chooses to go into a nursing home
No, you
and keep
misunderstood.
stum.
He said that they tried to kill her. She didn't die, so they took her from the site and shoved her into a nursing home, and
But
she's there against her will.
If they tried to kill her, why wouldn't they just finish
Why am I answering to this? I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm not the defender of the
Interesting.
conspiracies.
Did you know if you put a conspiracy theory on the internet, you know what happens?
What?
People go nuts.
Do you know there's no G? Do you know the word gullible's not in the dictionary?
So, these are some of the ones that we've got.
These from our socials.
Yes, the world is flat. Okay. There's another one here. Was the first landing on the moon really the first landing on the moon?
Mr. Squiggle got there first.
Right. Okay. So they landed on the moon and then someone mucked it up. It's like that time when you're in Beyond 2000, you did a parachute jump.
I've jumped out of a plane and the cameraman said I didn't quite get the landing.
Yep.
So I had to do it again.
Was that cameraman your husband?
I had the biggest wedgie, the front wedgie of all time.
The recent spate of shark attacks is being caused by wokeness.
Okay. What else?
I can't read that one. Telstra's signal towers were spreading COVID-19. Oh, yeah, that's an old one. Jeffrey Epstein is still alive.
He's our 10th caller through.
This one's kind of lengthy. Imagine if Jeffrey Epstein rang us up.
Well, Jeff, are there any questions?
If you look back at the technology in the 60s, AM radio ran by valves, black and white TV also ran by valves. The best car makers in the world
Ran
could
by
make
valves?
better cars, but but nothing like the technology of 50 plus years later. I find it very hard to believe.
Believe what? The bivalve?
I don't know. That's where you just...
Isn't a bivalve a mussel or a oyster?
Yeah, but is this guy with the valve people or against the valve
Is he liking big valve or not?
That'd be an abalone. That's a big bivalve. The CEI is created the term conspiracy theory to distract us all from what they're really doing.
Probably true.
And this one, Married at First Sight contestants go on the show for love. Really?
Shut up. Shut up.
Thank you. I think that's the end of that. Let's just have responsible broadcasting from now, don't you think?
Well, speaking of love and relationships, what about love when one of you is in the afterlife? An intriguing story I'll share with you next.
Instagram coming up as well. $2,000 on the show.
You can see a whole lot more of Jonesy and Amanda on our socials. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation across Australia. You can join us through many ways. Facebook, Jonesy and Amanda. Insta, Jonesy and Amanda. Twitter, X, Jonesy and Amanda. Or you can email us, jonesyandamanda.com.au. Good afternoon to you.
Well, we're talking about romance of sorts, I guess, with Married at First Sight. But what about this? This is a woman who married a Victorian ghost. And I don't mean from the state of Victoria. I mean from the Victorian era.
Oh, from the olden days.
Ye olden days. This is a quote from her. Our relationship has always been turbulent from the beginning, with the stark contrast of him being threatening and possessive and then warm and intense.
Pretty misogyno back in the Victorian era.
She said, I slowly began to tire of being married to a free spirit because all the movies show how sexy it would be to have a relationship with someone, even if it's a spirit that's completely obsessed with
Kate
you.
and Leopold.
Was that? And what was City
He wasn't
of Angels?
a ghost, but he was in the wrong time. City of Angels, he was a ghost.
Yeah.
He was an angel.
Yeah.
And then Not from Daryl and Ozzy. Hello, Daryl. Hello, Ozzy.
And then she died.
And then
Spoiler alert from the film 30 years old.
At the end of the movie, she's riding a push bike down the road all happy because he's come to life.
Oh.
And she's got her hands off like some sort of e-bike esche and she goes straight into a semi-trailer.
So would he go back to be an angel? He'd go, phew, dodged a bullet there. We didn't have to spend eternity together. Well, what's happened here? This woman who's...
I'm not bumping myself off for you, love.
This woman is now getting a divorce.
Oh.
She's 40 years old from Oxfordshire. She said their marriage began to fall apart because he became increasingly hostile towards her. And this is what else is happening. He can probably, this is the thing, he can flirt with anyone. She claims he had an affair with the ghost of Marilyn Monroe. You know how she knew? Well, he first became obsessed with the late actress when he allegedly saw Marilyn Monroe in the chapel on the day of their wedding. So she's marrying this Victorian ghost.
Right.
And on that day, he sees the ghost of Marilyn Monroe. This marriage was doomed.
So she's in a chapel by herself?
Oh, yes, Brendan.
No,
she's not going to put flour on the floor and see if there's footprints. Before long, he began disappearing for days on end.
Right.
And then he'd reappear smelling of Chanel No. 5,
Right.
Monroe's signature perfume.
Right. It's like, it's like the Ghost of Mrs. Muir, that old show when we were kids.
Yeah, he wore an Argyle jumper in the other world.
And he just pop up, oh, Mermos, you're in the shower.
No, he never looked in the shower.
No, he was a
But
honourable
let me ask you this.
ghost.
If you could have it off or flirt with anyone in the afterlife, who would it be?
Oh, who's sexy and dead?
That's the name of my new dating show.
Sexy. There's not really, Amy White. Oh, no, too many
Oh,
issues.
my goodness.
Amy Winehouse. No way.
I reckon you need to go further back. Look at Outlander from the
But that's not real.
16th century. That period of time.
Yeah, but there's
is-
no. Yeah.
What about this Alexander the Great? Apparently, I'd like him to probably have better hygiene and access to toilets and showers, but he apparently was incredibly handsome.
He'd be good for both of us as well because he used to,
They all did.
he used to bat both ends.
Yeah, so if he came home smelling of Chanel No. 5 and say, which of us is angry? I can't tell.
It's either Lynx or Chanel No. 5.
That's how you'd tell.
Instagram is here. We have $2,000. We've got to give this away. It's going to happen.
Please, give us a call.
135522 on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold with Pink. You're listening to Jonesy and Amanda across Australia. What does that make?
Gold and pink.
Gold, better than gold and brown. Oh, no, it's a great song. Hello, it's Jam Nation.
Free money. Fast money. Extra cash.
I need money. Jonesy and Amanda's.
Here we are. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You could pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right. Happy days, $1,000.
You can turn it into $2,000 by answering a bonus question, but it is double or nothing.
Matthew is in Ringwood East. Hello, Matthew.
Jonesy, Amanda, how are you guys?
Very well.
We are well. What about you?
Are you competitive with Ringwood North?
Very much so, yeah. Rival footy clubs and everything.
Sure.
Let's see if you can bring this home today.
Because Ringwood East, it's sort of bleeding into Bayswater there, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, just about. Yep.
Just about, because this is where Amanda, she grew up in Carlingford in Sydney. And her mother...
Beecroft, please.
I know, her mother used to say, Beecroft is a posher subject.
No, Mum never said that. That was just implied.
But Beecroft is a better... Is Bayswater more expensive than Ringwood East?
Certainly not.
Oh, okay. We've started
Them's
a war
fighting
there.
words, Matthew.
There you go, Matthew.
All right, Matthew.
We'll just drop that grenade and leave it to Matt.
We have 10 questions. We have 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass. We might have time to come back, okay?
Okay.
Matthew, we like the cut of your jib. Here we go. Here comes question number 1. What number comes after 3?
4.
Question 2. What's the main fruit in apple juice?
Apples.
Question 3. Which horoscope sign is represented by a fish?
Pisces.
Question 4. In which state is the Margaret River located?
Western Australia.
Question 5. How many players are there in a soccer team?
11.
Question 6. What language is spoken in Brazil?
Brazilian.
Oh, bugger.
No,
They speak
it's not.
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
It's Portuguese. Yes, it is.
Right.
Obrigada for nothing.
Okay.
It's the only word I know in Portuguese.
Matthew.
Oh, Matthew, you can say obrigada to Ringwood North anytime you like.
When you stick it into Bayswater. Mate,
Oh, Matthew.
you were doing so well. You're on a path, and I could feel that you were going to do it.
Yeah, we were heading in the right direction, but we didn't quite get there.
No, I'm sorry, Matthew. Thank you for
Have
playing.
a good remainder of the week, Matt.
It's only Wednesday.
Well, it's Wednesday. Well, okay, sorry. Don't have a good remainder
Have
of
a
the week.
good hump day.
Thank you for joining us, Matthew. How about that?
That's better.
Does that work for you?
That's better.
Coming up.
Well, I've got a story coming up next. It's a restaurant review from a woman who had to eat, well, ironically, some humble pie afterwards.
Okay, I look forward to that. On Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, it's Jonesy and Amanda across Australia with Jam Nation. Is it Jackie Barnes's birthday today? Jimmy and Jane's young boy.
I just saw a photo on Jimmy's Insta. It's Jackie's birthday. He's 40.
No.
40. The tin lid is 40.
40? Julie, at what point did they say, hey, we're going to give you a drum kit for your birthday? When did that happen?
When they got some headphones.
This is
Look,
for
Jimmy's probably
Jimmy.
deaf.
He's singing happy birthday. Imagine Jimmy singing happy birthday to you. Here's one you may know.
Dad, can I borrow the headphones?
Good on you, mate. Happy 40th. It's a good age, 40. Much to discuss.
Let's look at this story I've seen of a woman who has posted a restaurant review and has had to retract it.
Is this woman you?
No. Do you know what a tamale is? They're in American movies all the time. I have some tamales.
Tamale.
A tamale is a sort of a Latin American dish. It's there's meats, cheeses, fruits, chilies, whatever, wrapped in a corn husk, maybe a banana leaf, but in this case a corn husk, and is
the actual
steamed.
husk thing that goes outside the corn.
Yeah, that's right. So this woman.
And you eat the husk?
Well, this woman has released she's gone viral for this because her restaurant review said absolutely awful tamale. It was chewy, stringy. I couldn't even bite through it. And thank you for ruining this. You knew where I was going with this.
Oh, I didn't.
We've discussed this since 1 o'clock this afternoon, and you've still cocked it up. Anyway, and then she said, oh, I'm sorry. I've just been told I'm not supposed to eat the corn husk. Who eats a corn husk?
Well, I didn't know what a tamale was. Sorry.
Well, yeah. And she said, I've just changed. It's changed the whole experience. It's the most delicious thing I've ever had. Sorry, everybody.
Why don't you take it out of the husk?
Yeah, which is what you do.
It's okay. The bit wasn't.
It's like you wearing a shoebox without taking the shoes out. Seeing you
I'd
do
imagine
it.
it's like eating a crab and not shelling the crab.
Yes. A friend of mine is Russian. She should slow down. But she said when her mum first came to Australia, she looked at a banana and just bit into the whole thing.
There you go.
Unless you're told to take the skin off, you wouldn't know.
Well, you know, when they discovered different foods around the world.
What about the fruits?
The foods, because you've scared me now. You're doing that look. Like Sir Walter Raleigh, he discovered potatoes.
Yeah.
And he came back with the potatoes. They didn't know what to do with them.
They threw them at each other.
They made houses out of them. And then someone said,
they made houses out of potatoes.
I don't know. I'm quoting Blackadder. But that's where I get all my history from.
But I love when people go out of their way to post responses, for example, on recipes, to review a recipe, and they've also stuffed it up. What about this one? We used Pepsi, so I'm not sure if it was that, but it was a bit too sweet. I think we should use regular soy sauce. And the person whose recipe it is says, there isn't any Coke or Pepsi in this recipe. You're supposed to use soy sauce. Someone has said to Nagi on Recipe 10 Eats, can I do this without egg? And she said, it's an egg-based dish, so
no,
don't bother. This one. This cake part of the recipe is quite easy to put together, but the avocado added nothing to it. The icing was too runny, wouldn't set. I put it in the fridge. The top of the sponge slid sideways, not what I needed when my guests were about to arrive, and it also tasted weird.
Right.
And the recipe creator underneath said, there's no avocado in this recipe. It's a cake.
What are you putting avocado in there?
How about this one? This one was so bad. My 2-month-old infant had some and immediately began throwing up. It was so horrible she needed to be rushed to the ER. Thanks for that. And the answer to this is, why are you feeding your 2-month-old pickled onions? And then finally this one. I've never made fudge before, and this didn't work at all. How could you write a fudge recipe and mention the soft ball phase and that the fudge needs to have a critical temperature, blah, blah, blah. I boiled mine for 5 minutes. The fudge had a horrible grainy consistency. The response, hello, Shane. This is a recipe for teriyaki sauce, not fudge. I don't have a fudge recipe anywhere on my site.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
And no, Brenda, you don't eat the corn husk, as I told you at 1 o'clock today. time we go home, don't
If
you
you
think?
want to catch up with today's show, head to jonesyandamanda.com.au in case you've missed anything.
Oh, you've missed a lot, Brendan, yourself. We'll be back tomorrow.
Friday, Junior, or Thursday, as the kids say.
We'll see you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over. Catch up on the Jonesy and Amanda podcast. Download the free iHeart app now.
See you next time.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Jam Nation.